Good evening. It's a military mission in North St. Louis. Heavily armored vehicles are rolling into town, and while they come in peace, there are all kinds of rumors about why they are here. News Channel 5's Casey Nolan is live somewhere in St. Charles County, where he got an up-close look at the military vehicles. Casey?
Yeah, Mike, in order to get that up-close look, we've agreed not to say exactly where in St. Charles County we are tonight and where these vehicles will be parked overnight. The Army doesn't want that information to be made public for security reasons, but we can tell you why they are here. Now, this may not be such a huge deal that these rigs are in town if not for the speculation that was coming via the internet today. St. Louis police first put out the word that people may see these armored security vehicles in their neighborhood, especially near the Army Reserve Armory in North St. Louis on Goodfellow. But that was about all the information they released. On the KSTK Facebook page in just a few hours, we had more than 100 people weighing in on what was going on, with comments ranging from people saying they would stop and salute if they saw the vehicles to others worried this was the beginning of martial law. Well, it turns out this is a group of military police in from Fort Meade, Maryland, and they are here to train members of the 354th MP Company here in St. Louis on how to drive these rigs, a military's driver's ed of sorts, if you will, on the highways and on city streets. They are not loaded, they are not armed in any way, but the Army says that does not mean they aren't dangerous.
Sight of Army helicopters and the sound of gunfire created a lot of concern this afternoon in one Houston neighborhood. This happened in southeast Houston around the old Carnegie Vanguard High School, where he received a ton of phone calls from worried neighbors wondering what was going on. Well, Eyewitness News reporter Jessica Willie is live to explain what it was. Jessica?
Yeah, Dave, it was frightening for sure, and to some at nearby Roberts Elementary, so unexpected that the school was locked down for a short time until everyone realized it was a drill. With military helicopters flying above her southeast Houston neighborhood, Frances Geralds didn't know what to think.
You know, when you see this, you think the worst. Right. When you hear this, you think the worst.
And so she passed along her concern.
She told me, don't come home because it sounds like we're in a war zone. Guns shooting and helicopters flying around over the house.
The Army, along with other agencies, had taken over the old Carnegie Vanguard High School. There were armed men in fatigues, plenty of weapons, and what many thought were real live rounds.
I felt like I was in a war zone. It just was nonstop. So I was terrified.
Turns out it was a multi-agency training drill that Geralds wished would have come with warning.
They could have done a better job at notifying the neighborhood.
Others needed no explanation.
If it's to protect our kids, I'm all for it.
And an Army major who was out here wouldn't tell us exactly what kind of training they were doing. HPD was aware of what was going on, but the fire department apparently wasn't. In fact, an ambulance was even dispatched this way for a shots fired call until HPD told them it wasn't real. Reporting live tonight from Southeast Houston, Jessica Willie, 13 Eyewitness News.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just trying to get some information. I saw on your website that you had some targets that you were selling to Department of Homeland Security with gun owners. Pictures on them?
With gun owner pictures on them?
Real gun owner pictures. You were selling them as targets?
Okay.
Do you have any information on that?
What kind of information would you like?
Well, we're just wondering if it was true or not.
We do have targets, yes. That no hesitation target, I'm assuming that you're speaking of.
Right, and it has pictures of pregnant ladies and women. And
there's a pregnant woman on there, yes.
Why is that?
The targets. It's a requested law enforcement target for training.
Why would the law enforcement have to train to shoot pregnant women?
Sir, I think you'd have to call your local law enforcement agency to find that out. I do not personally know.
Why would your guys' company provide pictures of real gun owners and pregnant women as targets?
Well, I don't know what you mean by real gun owners.
Well, the pictures that are on the targets are actually pictures of real people who are gun owners.
Well, we train or we sell to all gun owners.
I understand that.
And we do carry a lot of real-life photos
You don't see a problem with pregnant people selling photos of pregnant people with guns to shoot pregnant ladies?
Unfortunately, our world is made up of people, pregnant or otherwise, that are not always they're not gun owners, not for the right reasons, and
I've never known any.
Well, you're very fortunate, and neither have I, and I feel very fortunate. But
how would you feel if they put your picture on a target?
And there are people out there that harm children, unfortunately, and heartbreaking.
No, I understand that. Ma'am.
And that's what these targets are meant to do, is to train our police.
Do you think it could put a false precedent for citizens being targets of a tyrannical government?
But I'm sorry, sir. I'm not going to debate the issue with you. I can certainly report your concerns to the proper people in our company. I'd be more than happy to do that for you.
Okay. Sure, I'd like my concerns noted, ma'am.
And I certainly will do that, and I respect your concerns. I can do that for you.
Okay. What's your name, by the way, ma'am? I'm sorry.
I would rather not give my name out.
Oh.
I feel like you're a little angry, and I don't.
Well, I mean, could you understand why I'm upset if the government is trying to make targets to kill citizens?
That.
I don't feel that's right.
I understand where you're coming from. Yes, sir, I do.
Because do you know? I mean, they could make you out to be a target too. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. But there are two sides to the situation, and maybe. Maybe you could take a second look and understand that it is not meant to harm anybody.
I understand it, but it seems like most of the targets went to the Department of Homeland Security, and they purchased enough rounds to kill every citizen in the United States 5 times over, and I think it's kind of spooky that they would do that.
And again, that is, that they don't buy the rounds here. We have those targets. I don't know that they bought them here. I don't know if we're exclusive for these targets. But yes, I respect your concerns, and I certainly will. Unfortunately, I'm not the correct department.
Теперь я пью кровь твоих детей. Но я даю им больше, чем вечную жизнь. Я даю им то, что они хотят больше всего. Удовольствия, в которых ты им отказывал. Ты создал мир по своему подобию. Я его переделываю.
We're also getting reports this morning of an explosion, a bomb explosion in Russell Square. Some eyewitnesses say it was in a litter bin, and some eyewitnesses also say that it blew the top off a bus.
And when it came between Santa Cruz and car, there was a loud noise, a kind of an explosion, and the train suddenly came to a stop. And after that, we suddenly realized that there is an explosion on the train.
over here. Hey! There's gotta be people hurt up. Oh my God. Come on. We've had an attack.
They're next door and across the street. Do you wanna... One of us should get across the street.
The United States doesn't exist!
I'm giving you a chance at a life that means something. Redemption is within your grasp. You were required to show yourself, but I'm not with these people. I'm just passing through.